everybody. Welcome to Rachel's Reviews. And today I am doing the first of my animator interviews that I always do at Sundance as part of my coverage. I really love talking to the animators. It's a lot of fun. And today I am talking with Andy and Carolyn London, who have a new short at the festival called 1981. And it was really fun to get to talk with them. So I hope you enjoyed it.
Are you a fan of Rachel's Reviews? Do you look forward to Family Movie Night, Female Film Critics panels, or the Talking Disney podcast? If so, please consider supporting the podcast by becoming a Patreon. As a patron, you get to access monthly events such as the watch-alongs and Q&As, where you get to talk to stars and find out the behind the scenes of the movie making industry. And you can pick what I review for Family Movie Night or even become a guest on the podcast. Podcasts and YouTube channels are expensive, and I really could use your help. I would so appreciate it. You also get to be a member of the Facebook group where we talk about all the films that we're seeing, and we have so much fun. Go to patreon.com/Hallmarkies and select one of the Rachel's fan tiers. That's patreon.com/Hallmarkies.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Rachel's Reviews, and we're so excited. This is the first of the Sundance Animator interviews that I'm recording for this year. I always try to talk to as many of the animators as I possibly can because I love animation and I love talking with animators. And so today, this is very exciting. We have with us Andy and Carolyn London, and they are the animating team behind the animated short 1981 that is at the festival. And Andy and Carolyn, thank you so much for coming to talk with us.
Well, thank you for inviting us.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. What a wonderful opportunity. So thank you.
Yeah. Well, so is this your first time on the podcast? Why don't you introduce yourselves to us and tell us a little bit about how you both met and how you ended up making this short?
Oh my gosh.
That's a while. Okay.
It's a lot. I know.
You start, Andy, and then I'll jump in.
Sure. We met in Prague in 1996, in the beginning of 96. And Carolyn had appendicitis and we couldn't pay the hospital bill, and somehow we left the country, and we're living in New York ever since. Yeah.
That's a little bit, that's not quite the answer. That's a little bit of the shorter answer, but
I think we need a movie about your courtship, it sounds like.
Yeah, that's I feel like well, that's okay.
I want to keep it
we were both English teachers in the Czech Republic in the early 90s, and we met at the same school in Prague. And at the time, Andy was making graphic novels, and I had experience. I was working in theater before I came to Eastern Europe. When we came back to New York, I was still working in theater. I was a playwright. I was also, doing these one-person shows that maybe 6 or 7 people would come and see, which was, fantastic as usual. And so we decided at a certain point what would happen if we started to put our talents together. And so we made a short. We were commissioned to make a music video, an animated music video for a musician friend of ours, and it ended up getting picked up by MTV, and it was the first thing that we've done.
Wow.
Yeah, and so this was in the 90s when MTV still mattered.
And still did music videos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So at that point, we it was like the first thing we had done where we're like, that wasn't that hard. So we ended up getting more work out of that, and subsequently made about 10. I think this is like our 12th film that we've made together.
Yeah, in addition to other kinds of projects. Short films is like our
Did you always have an interest in animation? Was that always the focus?
I actually I was doing graphic novels, and I did always kind of like animation a lot, but I never thought I could actually do it. It was just something that I kind of stumbled upon. I actually took the wrong class at SVA. I thought I was taking a website design class, and I ended up taking a stop motion puppet making class.
Oh, wow.
And the puppet making came pretty natural, but when I got to animate with this arcane piece of equipment, this lunchbox, it was a VHS player that you can record things frame by frame. I just was smitten. And that's when we got the idea to do a music video for a friend, and I bought the equipment. And
Right.
Yeah.
And I think for me,
Yeah.
there was like growing up I grew up in Chicago, and there was this there was a lot of independent animation around me, and there were these film festivals that would come to Chicago, and I would go and see them, and they just really captured my imagination at the time. You know, I was a teenager, and those were sort of and there was a lot of sort of very, down and dirty and kind of punk and sort of DIY type of stuff happening. And all of those techniques and the way people were making things happen were really inspiring. But also,
Hmm.
having come from the world of theater, there was something really great about if
Mm.
you have your own studio, and a studio could just be me and Andy and some other folks who work with us, you can make something. You didn't have
Hmm.
to wait a year to get it up on its feet. You could actually just get a script together and make something. And that
Yeah.
was always the
Mhm.
thing I think that
Yeah.
motivated us.
Yeah, it
I
was
think that,
DIY. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
yeah. I think that's so cool about animation right now. Not that it's easy, it certainly is not, but I do think there's an accessibility that's very exciting for the medium right now. I mean, that you can have Gantz win an Academy Award for making a movie that he basically made on his laptop with his, like just unbelievable. And he
Sure.
was up against Pixar and Disney, and like that's just so cool.
It's absolutely, and we actually started animating because it was just when film was switching over to digital medium,
Yes.
and it was suddenly very, very affordable. I mean,
Hmm.
it took forever still, but
Yeah.
you didn't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars. You can just get the camera
Yeah.
and shoot stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was always really inspiring to just there is something very cool when you don't have to ask for permission,
Yeah.
when you just suddenly say, "Okay, I've got an idea and we're going to try to bring it to life."
Hmm. So I saw on your website that you have this production company, London Squared. Why don't
Mhm.
you tell us a little bit about that and what kind of projects that you are looking for, or that are you just doing your projects or other people's projects? What's that about?
I can jump on that. So I think, I mean, in general, we call London Squared is our little tree house. You know, it's just the umbrella under which we do work together. Over the years, it's been a place where we've made short films. It's been a place where, if people hire us for projects, it comes through London Squared. I think that so what we're hoping to do in the next version of what we're becoming as London Squared, we have a couple of television properties we're developing,
Mm,
and one is animated, one is live action. So we're not exclusively London Squared is of course animation, but it's really more the storytelling that we do together that is characteristic of what London Squared is.
okay,
So
great.
yeah.
Great. Well, Andy, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about 1981, like what the short is about and what they could expect if they saw it.
Okay, well, 1981 is it's a coming of age, I guess, death of innocence story of a 13-year-old boy or 14-year-old boy who's having a birthday party. I don't think I want to spoil it for the audience, but
Okay.
the parents they have a very big surprise for him that really changes everything for him. And just a note, it's based on an actual event. Obviously we have creative liberty and we changed
Hmm.
some of the story and the characters, but it was based on something that happened in Long Island in 1981, and that's why we call it 1981.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah.
Yeah. How did you get, so you have this story that
Okay.
inspired you, but kind of what made you say, okay, we want to make this short. This is what we want to do, and then do it.
Sure. Well, at the time I was working on some graphic novel material, and I started something called Animation Speakeasy with a couple of colleagues. And it's this bi-monthly event where we bring in animators, and they don't talk about their own work. They bring in their favorite animated short film. And through that, I just got really, really super inspired to get back to animating again because I was looking at
Mhm.
all these amazing just these niche animated shorts. And I was like, this story that happened to me when I was a kid, it just feels like it should be a film. And I started working on it. And then Carolyn's like, move over. And and she helped me start shaping it. And that's how it always, a lot of our projects are like that, where one of us will initiate something and the other person will kind of jump in there and help shape it. And
Good.
I like Carolyn. Yeah.
Can we give them the clue a little bit of a, can we give our
Yeah.
audience a little bit of a clue, I think? I
Yeah,
think
I
we
think it's
can.
okay.
I think so
Yeah.
too. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we can give you guys. So the event that happened when Andy was 14, he went to a birthday party and the parents hired a stripper to come and entertain the 14-year-olds at their birthday party.
Mhm.
And Andy would tell me this story, and the first thought was, what the F is going on here?
It was a different time.
Which is why we named it 1981.
Yeah.
And because it really is a exploration of that time period
Hmm.
and these ideas and these kind of these concepts that people had about like, oh gosh, you're going to become a man, and so this is a real rite of passage for you. And the character Douglas is really ambivalent about this. This is not exactly the present that he wants for his 14th birthday. So
Right.
that tension is what we're exploring in this film.
Yeah.
Yeah, he even seems kind of sad at the end
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
to me,
Yeah.
which I
Yeah.
thought was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, to leave it off on that. So, how did you decide on the visual style of the animations? You got kind of a sketch style with the watercolors on top. Like, how did you decide on that?
It was a lot of what we call pencil testing, where we tried out multiple techniques, and we wanted to create something that felt like a memory, where, all the details are not there. And we're
Hmm.
looking for something that just had a feel of like the late 70s and the early 80s. And it was I literally like just found like old office paper for collaging in the backgrounds, and just did tons of research at vintage shops, and took so many photographs of things and just try to really emulate that time period and step back into it. I mean,
Hmm.
that's how it was for me. And
Yeah, no,
Carolyn, if you want to
I
add.
think, yeah, for sure. And I would just add that I think what Andy said is exactly right, which is we're putting it through this prism of
Mhm.
how do you conjure up a memory? And a lot of the film for us is interrogating that idea that there's things that happen to you in your life at certain times, and they become these imprints or these touchstones, and you end up thinking about them for the rest of your life, and they end up shaping you in some way. And those memories are watercolory. They're kind of ambiguous. They're sort of they have a lot of emotional color, but they don't always have a lot of detail. And so that feeling we were really trying to get to. And also that this event that happened, it's kind of shocking, but it's also beautiful. And we felt like it was really important that when we're depicting this dance that's happening, this very erotic event, that it's off-putting, it's strange, it's weird, but it's also like we wanted to make her a goddess. And so these types of things are these are all themes that we're thinking about as we're working through this.
Welcome to the Pilot Podcast. My name is BJ.
And my name is Me Too, and we promise this promo is worth it, so please don't skip ahead.
We're two judgy friends who put our judgmental skills to work for you. We review the pilot episodes of new and popular shows, and shows that our listeners request to answer your question, should I watch this?
Look, a lot of us are spending a lot more time at home, and yes, we should be reading and trying new projects and enriching ourselves, but does anything beat binging a great show?
Let us take the guesswork out of deciding what your next show will be. Tune in to The Pilot Podcast at thepilotpodcast.com.
What made you decide when the dancer appears, everything becomes very pink? What made you decide to go with pink?
I can answer that. I think it's
Yeah,
because
please.
it's the color, it's almost like the color of memory. And I mean, there's a few things there. I mean, I think sometimes these things are subconscious and you don't know why you choose them. I think that sometimes you just choose them because they look cool and you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And you don't really, you're not like, it's not a conscious decision. But I think that first of all, like everybody looks good in pink. But secondly, it's kind of like the color of, there's a switch. There's a switch between the regular life, and and then there's this kind of performance life that happens. And you have to kind of create a stage. And so some of that is just, what do you do to visually create a stage?
Also, just a note, when I was like that age, I remember seeing Ralph Bakshi's Lord of the Rings, and there was a scene with Boromir, one of the characters, where his last stand when they kill him, and it never left me. And it was just where you would have these white eyes and these white teeth against these weird sinewy colors, these dark colors, and I think that definitely seeped into a lot of the color tests that we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Where you don't know
So,
what's real and what's fake, and yeah.
so you have a Judas Priest song, and
Mhm.
then you have Rush, Black Sabbath, Kiss, and Van Halen, I think, on the shirts,
Yeah,
if I caught them all.
I
Mhm.
think
So
so.
was these just your favorite bands, or was there anything more to it than
Oh,
that?
well, yeah, I grew up in Long Island, and if you didn't like heavy metal, you were ostracized. And
Uh,
so, like, you would play Judas Priest all the time. You would play these bands all the time. And if you would dare to admit that you liked New Wave or anything else, people would like shun you. And and we also, a nod to Judas Priest. I loved Judas Priest growing
Yeah.
up. Rob Halford had come out later, and we just thought it was an interesting choice to have. But
And we should also say that we work with
yeah,
a really fantastic sync licensing
yeah,
partner
yeah.
named
Jason
Daniel
Wonder.
Bindler, and he was able to, just giving a shout out to Daniel because he did an incredible job of helping, like find this music. And when there were songs that we wanted that we couldn't have, he really was a great music supervisor as well in providing alternatives because for us, like the
Mhm.
music is just almost every project for us starts with a
Yeah,
song, actually. We almost start with a song before we start with even the visuals or what we know it's going to look like. Like we hear the soundtrack before we know what it looks like.
yeah. I mean, and to add to that, when I first started trying to figure out the dance sequence,
Mm.
I found Crimson and Clover, and we started working on that really early on. We went through lots
So
lots of songs until we found that one.
had you ever applied for Sundance before? Had you ever?
No. Have
Oh,
we?
so this is your
I
first.
don't think so. Yeah, this is our first
No.
time. Yeah.
You
Yeah, we
must have been
never did.
so excited.
Yeah, I was like, really, wow.
I actually still can't believe it's real. I mean, I'm still sort of stunned that we're going to be in Park City next week. It's just sort of like blowing my mind
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
I mean, and I'm like, I got to go get my warm socks. I have,
No.
Well, congratulations.
Oh,
I mean,
thank
what do
you.
you
Thank
hope
you.
that people take away from the short?
honestly, like for me, like I think I want them to be disturbed, but also like in love. I mean,
Yeah,
I want there to be those like those complex feelings that you feel where you might be really unsettled, but it's also maybe really beautiful. And at least for me, those are those feelings when things are complicated like that and they live side by side is when I feel we've made a really successful film.
yeah. I want to have audience members like really get inspired by it and maybe inspire them to make animated shorts as well. So I mean, I
I
think
love
that's always
that.
a big part of why it's great to make shorts because you become part of that community.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Well, we like to end our interviews with some fun rapid fire get to know you questions.
Oh,
So,
Lord.
Bring it
first,
on.
first one, what is the best ice cream flavor?
Oh, for me, it's mint chip, obviously.
I like coffee.
Okay. What's your favorite color?
Green.
Brown.
What music are you into?
Oh shit, that's a hard one. So many right now. I've been really enjoying the dry cleaning new album.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I think we listened to the Geese album
Oh God, over
about
and over again.
about
Winter Cameron
75 times,
and
the
me
Cameron
many
Winter
times
album.
lately. Yeah.
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
right. What's your go-to date night food?
Me, it's a whole chicken from a Peruvian chicken.
Like a Peruvian chicken.
Ooh,
Yeah.
very good. Yeah.
So
Oh,
sad.
okay. What is your go-to date night activity if you're going out doing something?
Going to a movie.
Yeah, movie.
Nice.
Or
Yeah.
even just staying home and watching a
Going
movie.
to,
Yeah.
probably a movie.
We charged
Actually,
up a projector, so it's kind of cool.
yeah, like for my birthday, I made everybody, we had already seen one battle after another, and I made everybody go and see it again. So that was our, that
That's
was
good. That's good. That's a good one to go with because there's
Yeah.
so many things you can talk about,
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rich film.
So many angles, to kind of approach it.
Yeah.
But all right, which do you like better, dogs or cats?
I'm allergic to cats, so it's dogs for me.
I can't choose. I love both.
I'm actually a bird person, but it's
All right. Which do you like better, beaches or mountains?
Mountains.
beaches,
Okay. What's your favorite holiday to celebrate?
Halloween.
Halloween.
Oh,
My birthday is the right day right after Halloween, so I spent my entire life imagining
Mm,
costumes.
yeah.
yeah. Do
Halloween
you have an
birthday.
epic costume?
Well, I felt like I was really successful when I was in when I think I was in third grade, and I had made myself into an M&M.
Oh, that's cute.
I never heard that one. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I sewed it myself. I was very proud of
Oh,
it.
wow.
We made our son into what we made him into Ultraman.
Oh, yes, we made
Yeah.
him an Ultraman
Duct
costume.
tape, and it was great. Yeah, and aluminum foil and
Because I always figured that's one of the key benefits to being in a couple is that you can do couple costumes.
We never really did it
yeah.
because, yeah, because I think like by the time, when I was younger, I used to have a lot more enthusiasm for that, but now I just seem to, I have, yeah, I've got to get back into it again. I
Yeah.
Oh, I
purpose.
know.
Yeah.
Next year. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well, last question. What is your favorite animated film?
Right now, for me, it's Alice and Shulnick's Eager, but that'll change.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. Wow.
Yeah, it's a really awesome piece.
Cool. That's great.
Yeah, I think okay, this is my menopausal moment where I'm like, I can't remember the name of anything, but there's a film I love by the Irish filmmaker. Um,
More?
no, and what's the called, the short I
Iris,
love?
Iris,
Um,
give me a little
uh,
more detail.
the cat and the mouse.
Oh, you're talking about Please Say Something
Oh
by,
yeah,
yeah,
by
David
David
O'Reilly.
David O'Reilly. God, that took forever to get out, but
Yeah,
there's a
I love
there's
his work.
that was painful. I'm so sorry for everybody who had to see that. That was like my brain going like beep boop beep boop beep beep. There's this short film I love called Please Say Something by David O'Reilly,
I'll have to
and
check it out.
it's incredible. And it's just it's about 22 minutes long, and it's just this.
It's 12 minutes long. I've shown it to many of my classes. So
Oh, really?
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
do it all the
Cool.
time.
I love it.
I
It's
haven't seen
good.
either of your
I mean,
recommendations. So that's
you
exciting.
know, yeah, it's like it's like Crazy Cat where the
Okay.
mouse and the cat are kind of reverse roles, and I don't know, it's just a wonderful
Yeah.
film. It's kind of film you can watch over and over again, and
Cool.
it's awesome
That's
film.
great.
Yeah.
Well, very good. It was so nice to meet you both.
So nice to
And
meet both of
It's so
you,
nice to meet
Rachel.
you.
Thank you so much for having us. We
Yeah.
appreciate it.
yeah, if people want to follow you on socials or anything like that, how do they do that?
My
Um,
Instagram is Andy Saul London sorry, I'm on automatic. It's at Andy Saul London and Saul like Saul.
Okay, great.
and at London in NY, so LONDONINNY.
Okay, great. Great. We'll have that all in the description. People can follow you and good luck with the festival.
Thank
Oh,
you,
thank you so
Rachel.
much.
So nice to meet you. Bye.
We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies merch store.
Are you looking for that perfect gift for the postable, hardy, or Hallmarky in your life?
What about getting that t-shirt or hoodie that will help you stand out at your next holiday party?
Now is the time to check out the Hallmarkies merch store.
Full of festive designs by artists like Jessica Miller, Carrie from Hallmark Comics, and more.
You can even have more than just shirts, but totes, cell phone cases, notebooks, mugs, and more.
And it isn't just Hallmark. We have designs for Anna Green Gables, Man from Snowy River, The Nanny, and more.
Every purchase at the merch store goes to help support the podcast and allows us to make the great content you know and love.
There are frequent sales, so go to tpublic.com/stores/hallmarkies or see the link in the description.
That's tpublic.com/stores/hallmarkies.
Thanks so much to Andy and Carolyn for talking with me. This was a blast. I hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought of everything that we talked about. And I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section or on social media. And if you are listening on iTunes, please leave your ratings and reviews. Really appreciate that. If you're watching on YouTube, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate that so much. Make sure to check out the playlist with all of my Sundance content. Would really appreciate that. And also we have the Patreon group, which is the biggest way you can support everything I'm doing. And you get to be part of cool experiences. Definitely take a look at that. I try to make it very worth your while. So check out the Patreon. And then I have the merch store where I have #animation junkie shirts and lots of other fun stuff. So check out the merch store. And thanks again to Andy and Carolyn. I really enjoyed talking with them. And we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.